Welcome back to the Kang Gang Pod. Today is the first episode of the 2025-2026 season. Whoa. We are recording this after a brutal loss, 116-120 to the Phoenix Suns. TZ, how are you feeling after that game?
I mean, lots of highs, lots of lows. I'm just happy the NBA season's back. I'm happy that the Sacramento Kings are back. But, Christo, I got to ask you an important question, man.
What is it, Tease?
What is that on your forehead?
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm wearing a cold pack wrapped around my head because this team gives me headaches. I mean, there's so many highs, so many lows. Let's talk about the good. First off, we got to watch the game at our Kings Trivia Night at Mojo's with about 60, 65 people. It was a packed house there. Shouts out to everyone that came out tonight. I mean, we had so much fun watching it with everyone and playing trivia. It was so much fun watching the game with everyone. I mean, it just felt that was like the best way to kick off the first game, just watching it with so many Kings fans.
Well, I think you're forgetting one important thing, too. We also had a big accomplishment tonight.
Hey, let the people know what happened.
We at the Kang Gang Pod hit 1,000 subscribers, baby. Let's go.
Hey, I just want to say this. RT and I, we sat down, I think it was like January 1st of this year, and we were writing out our goals, and one of the goals was to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube before the start of this season. And it happened today. It was awesome. It happened at the trivia night, so everyone was cheering for us. And we just want to thank you guys all so much for supporting this passion project that we have of just this team and this podcast that we do. And we're just so thankful for all of you guys for listening. So thank you from the bottom of this man's beautiful heart.
And this man's probably beautiful heart, too.
Oh, stop it.
No. And I also will say one more thing, too. Just all the people that we met through this podcast and just all the wonderful connections that we've made throughout this community. None of this would be possible without any of you. So, also, we're trying to get to 2,000. So,
hey,
help us out.
Let's go. All right, so let's talk about the good, because that first half, Mojo's was bumping. Like the energy in that room, the entire first half. I made an announcement over the microphone. I said, who was coming into tonight thinking that we'd be up by 20 at this point, you know? So let's talk about how we got to 20 points. Zach LaVine, my God, when he goes on a heater like that, he is like one of the most unstoppable players in the entire league when he's on that type of heater. I mean, my God, he played so good. I think he had 16 points in the second quarter alone. I think he finished with, 22 or 24?
I think it was 22 in the first half.
You're right, yeah, 22 in the first half. I mean, unreal. I mean, Zach LaVine, yeah, let's just give our kudos to Zach real quick.
I mean, I think the biggest thing that we saw from Zach LaVine was he was super aggressive right out of the gate. And this is something that we've seen a lot in the preseason this past couple weeks was Zach LaVine being very aggressive in that first half, right? And so there were just a lot of times where he was just getting to his lane. He was finishing tough finishes around the rim.
Shooting great.
And shooting great, too. So we saw that 3-level scoring ability from Zach LaVine in that first half. And it just really showed that this team really, really shot the ball really well. I mean, they shot over around 66% from the field in that first half, right? So
yeah, we were lighting it up.
Huge, and just shooting over 50% from three in that segment too. So not only was Zach LaVine getting going, a lot of our other guys were getting going too. So, but a lot of our offense came from Zach LaVine as well.
Zach was definitely the engine tonight. I mean, we needed someone, and DeRozan. I mean, the Sacramento Bulls, right? I mean, these two guys, DeRozan finished with 29 points on like 70% from the field, and then obviously Zach LaVine with that 30 points. But, them two together, they were on an absolute heater. Malik Monk coming off the bench was huge for us in the first half. I mean, you saw him. He was just lighting it up. I think Schroeder was getting his own tonight too. But that first half, I mean, basically everything went right for the Kings and everything went wrong for Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix, I think they only made three three-pointers in the first half, which was not ideal for them, obviously. But, man, did Phoenix come out a different team in that second half. But, yeah, did you see anything? What else? How else do you think we got to that major lead?
I think also just being pests on defense, too. We saw Russell Westbrook in that first half really, really be aggressive in terms of playing for loose balls, getting to loose balls, hustling. Keon Ellis was a big factor of that as well. So again, a lot of it came from also that too. But even Drew Eubanks, right? He had a couple blocks.
He finished with 4 blocks.
He finished with 4 blocks, and a lot of them came in that first half. So him being aggressive just coming out of the gate. And shout out to my man Dylan Cardwell for getting minutes tonight. Dude. Shout out to Max.
We'll save the Dylan Cardwell talk for the end because that was a very bold move from Doug Christie. But before we get into that, let's talk about that starting lineup of Dennis Schroeder, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Nick Clifford, and Eubanks, Drew Eubanks. So Drew, obviously, he kind of struggled a little bit tonight. Yeah, he got those 4 blocks, but he finished with 4 points, 4 rebounds, 4 blocks. I mean, obviously, without Sabonis out there, it's going to be a tough battle for the rebounds, and was basically the storyline of the whole game. But what were your thoughts on Drew Eubanks trying to fill in the shoes of Sabonis tonight?
I think he did the best he could, right? And it's hard because with Drew Eubanks, it's kind of a player that has never really had like a starting role as much as he did, and stepping into it's always going to be tricky. But I think the biggest thing is that Drew Eubanks, especially in that second half, definitely got exposed a lot in terms of being a paint protector, right? Even though he had 4 blocks, he did get beat a lot inside the paint in terms of rebounding.
In the second half. Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's just it's one of those things you kind of have to chalk it up to where. And we'll get into in the second half. But yeah, I just think that Drew Eubanks is definitely a good backup player. It's tough to have him as a starter.
I know. In one of my fantasy leagues, I picked him up thinking, hey, he's going to be great. Because he was good in the preseason. He really was. But, I mean, obviously, a physical actual game is a lot different than the preseason. But, yeah. You know what's really crazy? I have a wild stat for you. Drew Eubanks, Dylan Cardwell, Dario Saric, and Maxine Reynaud combined for 12 rebounds tonight. You know who had 8 rebounds?
Mark Williams?
Neek.
I mean,
Probably.
the way they've been rebounding tonight, maybe.
But Nick Clifford was our leading rebounder of the game.
Okay. That's pretty solid.
So, I mean, yeah, that was a bright spot from his game, but, I mean, the fact that he was the biggest rebounder of the game, that just shows how deflated we are in the paint with our bigs. All right. Was there any other I think the other good like spot of tonight's game was our defense was, since they were missing so many perimeter shots, it led to so many fast breaks, and that's when we saw so many LaVine dunks. We saw just when we're out in transition, we're a great team.
Yeah.
But that second half, Phoenix was, they flip-flopped completely, and we just were not able to get out and running, and we had a lot of ISO going into the end of the game, and it was just, that's kind of how we kind of lost our stride. But is there any other good you want to talk about before we talk about
I think you kind of hit the nail on the head, right, with just distributing. I thought we all were getting involved really well, right? DeRozan was really making those extra passes. I thought that was a really great thing from DeRozan too, because he ended up
had 9 assists.
Yeah, he finished with 9 assists.
That's insane.
Which is wild because normally DeRozan doesn't really finish with 9 assists in the game.
Yeah, he had 9. Schroeder had 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, but DeRozan, we were seeing glimpses of that in the preseason. He was being more passive, which was nice. He still got his own, obviously, 29 points. Can I kick off one of the bad things about
DeRozan's
game?
It's time to just rip the Band-Aid off. Let's do it.
All right. The Sacramento Kings. In training camp, there were so many drills where they were shooting free throws, and then if they missed, they run, right? 13 for 23. From the free throw line tonight, 56%. DeMar DeRozan, 4 for 9. The last time I read this on Twitter before recording, the last time he's missed 5 free throws in a game, 2022, 3 years ago. So obviously, there's a lot of good from the beginning. If we were able to keep that momentum going the whole game, oh my God, that we would have been celebrating underneath the beam tonight. But I think free throws was just so deflating for us. Only getting to the line 23 times, in the game yesterday with the Warriors, Jimmy Butler got 16 free throws on his own. He might be the new king of the free throw merchant tagline. I mean, that's crazy. But as a team only shooting 23 and then only making 13 out of that, I mean, that's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, I mean, it just shades of what it was 2 years ago, right? When we were dead last in free throw percentage. It's just not acceptable, right? And I think that's a very, very rare off game from DeRozan, right? So if I'm gonna go ahead and just look up all the guys that were shooting the free throws tonight, because when we look at it from that standpoint,
4 from 9 from DeRozan.
4 from 9 is just very, very.
5 of those misses from DeRozan from the guy that gets to the line the most.
Yeah, and he was aggressive, right? And so 2 for 4 from Drew Eubanks, 2 for 3 from Zach LaVine, 2 for 3 from Westbrook. And then 2 for 2 from Monk, and then 1 from 2 for Cardwell. So
I mean, Dylan Cardwell, by the way, I mean, that free throw miss, he missed everything. He hit the backboard at least, but man, that was a
good Lord,
and that was in a crucial part of the game too. And we were just like,
that's probably one of the worst free throw attempts I've seen from a King in a minute. So
that was
yikes.
Okay, obviously the free throws were bad. The Kings getting out rebound 51-37, and then 18 of those rebounds were offensive. That is just whew. But crazy stat for you. Doug Christie decided to go the two-way player in Dylan Cardwell to finish the last 6.5 minutes of the game. And in those 6.5 minutes, no offensive rebounds from Phoenix. So, but even though Dylan Cardwell didn't pull down many rebounds himself, he still was fighting down there, being that big body, affecting the glass. And that way, which is pretty crazy, being the guy, I mean, he's one of the last ones on the bench, and he played a ton of minutes. He played, what was it?
Like 15 minutes
14,
or something like
15?
Yeah, 15 minutes, I think.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we were talking about it on the pod last time. Like, Johnny wanted to see Dylan Cardwell play, and Doug Christie made that happen. I mean, yeah, I was actually very surprised he played that much, but I mean, Maxime, he didn't look right. Dario and Drew Eubanks, obviously, they didn't have strong performances, so Doug was kind of in a bind. But speaking of being in a bind, Keon Ellis only playing 13 minutes, shooting 4 for 5 from the field. He got a steal. Let me just read you the quote. Doug Christie was asked about this, obviously, because Keon is the talk of all the media members, the fan base. We all just want to see Keon out there. We just want to find time for Keon, right? So media members asked him about Keon Ellis. Doug Christie said, Keon is the ultimate professional, and he is always ready to play. In these situations, we have a logjam, so it's going to come down to who's playing. But with his aggressiveness, his ability to knock down shots, defensive ability, he is going to be on the floor. So how could you say that and he only plays 13 minutes?
I think that is the biggest problem, right? I understand that having a defensive big man in Dylan Cardwell in a sense, but when you have Dennis Schroeder, you have Zach LaVine, you have DeMar DeRozan, all offensive players, and then Malik Monk too, right? Those are 4 offensive guys, 4 offensive players that really don't play strong defense. You have to get rid of one of them just that way you could put Keon in to close out games defensively.
Especially in a time when we're missing our best defender in Keegan Murray. Like, Keon needs minutes. Like, Keon, this was an issue with Mike Brown. I pray it's not an issue with Doug Christie, because we love Doug. We're rooting for him, but Keon needs to be out there, RT.
I agree. He needs to close that game out. But but at the same time, here's the other problem, right? Who do you sub out?
See that?
That's the problem with our guards. There's so many guards, but there's so many few minutes.
And Devin Carr didn't even get any minutes.
No,
like, that just shows. Yeah, it's just gonna be an ongoing issue, and man, I feel for Doug, because that's hard. Because obviously Zach LaVine, he was lighting it up with 22 points in the first half, so obviously he wants to go with his guy. Zach is our strongest offensive guy. DeRozan just the same, but I don't know, man. I think Keon needs to maybe throw Keon at the 1 and have DeMar and Levine out there if you need both of those bucket getters, but I mean, it's going to be a struggle trying to find time for Keon, but no matter what, like, you're going to have to sacrifice some offense just to put Keon. I mean, like, he needs to be out there, especially again with Keegan out.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take advantage of it. I mean, that's the problem with our roster as a whole. I think even just outside of guards, who are you really going to put into the closing structure, right? Because DeMar DeRozan, there was a stat, right, from last season where Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan were top 10 in fourth quarter points.
Yeah, I mean,
so
it's nice to have them both.
It's nice to have them both, but
it's like, who was Dennis out there for the final?
Dennis was out there for the final minutes.
So but then you want that ball handler out there, because obviously we could see, like, in that first half, having an actual point guard on your team makes a huge difference. And like, I think Dennis Schroeder opened up the floor for so many of the guys. Everyone got their touches. So obviously you want him to finish the game too. But then it goes back to the defense. Like, defense is so important. I mean, this is going to be a back and forth all season. I hope you guys are ready for this conversation all season long. But dude, it's just so frustrating because Keon Ellis, we all know that guy is so vital to this team, and defense is so important. And speaking of defense, we got outscored 66-45 in the second half. So I think Keon Ellis would have been very valuable in that time. But I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But I mean, if we want to be competitive and win games, we got to prioritize playing guys that are going to help us do that.
Yep.
And I think Keon Ellis is just so important on the defensive end. And I mean, obviously, like, Zach LaVine was a shell of himself in the second half. That's been like his biggest criticism, is that he fades away towards the end of the games. I mean, obviously, that one stat shows how good he is in the fourth quarter, but it was the third quarter where he went away, and he was so hot. I mean, but man, let's talk about Russell Westbrook. All right. He had a nice chase down block that got the Mojo's crowd hyped tonight. It was good to see him. 6 points, 6 rebounds. He played 6 minutes more than Keon with 19 minutes. What did you see out of Russell?
I just saw somebody that just had that energy that we needed off the bench, right? You know, obviously his role is going to be very different this year. He's definitely on a non-guaranteed contract, but like I mentioned earlier, Russ played with a lot of energy, right? And it's somebody that brings a lot of jolt to your offense and both sides of the floor. Is he going to be the best offensive player? No. But is he going to be the best defensive player either? No. But what he's going to bring you is energy on that side. He's going to be that person that is going to get a rebound and start that transition. I mean, 6 rebounds shows it, right?
And he just ignites that fire in the, like, whoever he's playing with, like, he ignites them, like, with his style of play. He makes one, like that defensive stop when he slaps it off the backboard. I mean, like, dude, that just that fires him up. That fires people around him up. Like, that's saving a basket. I mean, he does plays like that all the time. Not necessarily blocking it off the backboard, but you know what I mean. Like, he's constantly affecting the game in so many different ways that don't show up in the 6 points and 6 rebounds.
Correct.
But, I mean, I think I'm very glad we have him on the team.
I'm happy too.
I think he's going to bring a different edge to this team going forward. And yeah, obviously this game was our game to lose. I mean, the way we started, we just got to play all 4 quarters. Obviously, there's going to be droughts in our game where shots aren't going in, but we just need to find moments where we are just pests on defense, and like, who's going to step up in that sense, you know?
And I'll say one more thing too. I think one of the biggest things is that we missed Sabonis big time. The Suns had 28 second chance points tonight, and it is just one of those things where when you look at, like, guys like Eubanks, guys like Maxime Reynaud, one of their biggest problems was not boxing out, really focusing on having clean hands, coming down with the rebound, making sure that you are ready to go, grabbing those rebounds and ready to go, right? So I think Sabonis, as soon as he comes back, a lot of the issues from the defense, we'll have a lot more defensive rebounds, obviously, but yeah, rebounding just needs to be one of our biggest focuses, especially from our big man. So
yeah, especially when he's
has to happen.
And I mean, I think just as a team, everyone needs to rebound better, because obviously, yeah, the 12 rebounds from 4 of our big men is unacceptable. Nick Clifford, I mean, he picked up a lot of that slack, but I think everyone just needs to fight for those boards down there. You said 28 second chance points. We allowed 64 points in the paint tonight. Mm-hmm. We kind of controlled the pace with, I think we beat them in the turnover battle, the assist battle, and What was the other one?
Steals, I think.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there was a lot of good from this game, but I think the killer was the missed free throws and then all those second chance points and points in the paint, and that just shows how important it is to be healthy this year, because without Sabonis, without Keegan gets us a good amount of rebounds too. It's going to be our biggest challenge, because most games that we're going to see from this season, we're going to be like the underdog in the hype battle. I mean, we're gonna be the smaller team most nights throughout the league. So
yeah, and I wanted to ask one more thing too, because Nick Clifford, right? I want to talk a little bit about Nick Clifford. Obviously, he had 8 rebounds, but also he had some foul trouble, right? He got into foul trouble early, and he was playing aggressive. Like, he tried his hardest to go against Devin Booker, but Devin Booker kind of got him in a couple of foul calls and got his way with him. So,
I mean, that's a tough assignment. Obviously.
It is tough.
Like, being a rookie guarding Devin Booker. I mean, he had 31 on us. Yeah, I mean, I think Nick is going to continue to just develop as a defender. I think he did the best that he could. Obviously, I mean, going up a guy in Devin Booker who's in year 11 now. I mean, he's going to know
11, yeah.
He's going to know how to draw fouls on a rookie. And obviously, Nick had a lot of great contests at the basket. I think he had one on Booker that they ended up calling a foul, but I mean, he's getting up, he's playing straight up, but I mean, you're not going to get those calls going the other way as a rookie. But I think I did like what I saw from him defensively, but what I want to see more out of him is being more aggressive to score, because I think he feels like when he plays with that third unit that we would see in the preseason, I mean, he's the guy. He's distributing, he's doing this and that, he's getting his own. But when he's playing with other guys like Malik and more of the starting unit guys, I don't think he feels confident in himself to play or to go and get his own when you have, guys like DeRozan and Levine and Monk on your team that could also do tremendous things offensively. So I think every single rookie goes through that, where they don't feel confident enough to go, I'm going to go get a shot. DeRozan, this is my, you know what I mean? So I think that's just something, but teams like Philly, where most of the guys are out.
Say the same thing.
Yeah, so those rookies, obviously, they have the green light, where Nick probably doesn't feel necessarily confident to do that with who he's surrounded by on the floor. But when he's playing with the young guys, it's all him. So
hey, shout out to VJ Edgecombe though. He had 34 tonight.
That's a good rookie right there.
Good rookie. And they did it even with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey on the floor. So he got it done. He got it done.
That's actually insane. What's also insane is that Dylan, the freaking villain, I hate that man. I mean, I would love him if he was on the Kings, but when we go against him, I mean, do you see the way him and DeRozan, dude, what is... And they showed a flashback to him when he was in Houston. I don't know what it is with Dylan Brooks and DeMar, but he was trying so hard to get it in his head. But dude, he finished with 22 points. I mean, field goal percentage wise wasn't the greatest, but we can't let Dylan, the villain, shoot 24 shots on us. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean,
but scoring 22,
9 for 24, 9-20 for 4 though, right? It's the other things too. Grayson Allen had 18 all in the second half. So
unacceptable.
I mean, that's where the game was lost too, and just allowing just the same story over and over again. Phoenix shot the ball super well in the second half too.
Yeah.
They were making every single shot that they didn't make in that first half, and we couldn't hit anything, right? We were 37 from the field and then 16% from 3. It's just not acceptable.
Yeah.
It has to be better. You have to understand that an NBA game is 48 minutes, and
we did not play all 40.
We played 24, but we didn't play the other 24.
I will say this though, at least we made it interesting at the end, because that would have just been so deflating going into the next game if we played so good in the first half and then we completely, because I think they went up to 7 at one point. If they just ran away with it and we didn't cut it back to 2 at the very end, I mean, that would have been devastating going into the next game. But obviously it's the first game. Thank God we got 81 more. I love what I saw from the first half. And I think so did Doug and the coaching staff. And I think they're going to find a way to learn from this and go into that Utah game at home. But that Utah team, man,
they're good.
RT was saying this.
Well, Johnny and I
sleep on Utah.
Johnny and I were saying it for a while though, because Utah's going to be another team that's also pretty big, big team,
lengthy team on defense, which we play very bad against. Walker Kessler had a massive game tonight. We were looking at Utah because we're just on to the next already. I mean, obviously, it sucks that we lost, but hey, on to the next. We play again on Friday, home opener, baby, which we can't wait for. But can you pull up the stats of this Utah game? Because
yeah,
we got our hands full.
With Utah. No, I think, like I said earlier, one of the players that I really like a lot for that team is Bryce Sensabaugh. And he looked really good tonight. Obviously, they did this while beating the Clippers, which is kind of a big deal.
They beat the Unction. So
yeah, and that's
they're going to have all the confidence to beat us on Friday. So
yeah, I think the biggest thing is Walker Kessler was 7 for 7 from the field, 2 for 2 for 3, had 22 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 blocks.
And the thing about Walker Kessler is he's like 7'1". So our boys are going to have trouble guarding him, and he's a rim protector, and he's a rim runner. I mean, he does so many things for that young team, and I think we're going to have our hands full with him. So we got to find a way, we just got to box that man out. But then if we box him out, there's 7-foot Lauri Markkanen that could do everything around the rim. I mean, yeah.
And then at that point, it only gets worse. Then there's 6'11" Kyle Filipowski there too.
Don't even get me started with that guy.
And then Keontae George is another great guard off there that starts for them. Bryce Sensabaugh, 6'6", but he plays a lot more like 6'10". So yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be very competitive, and we haven't even talked about Walker Clayton Jr. As a guy that comes off the bench. He has 5 assists. Ace Bailey, I know he'll be better for sure. He didn't have the best game today, but he was a guy that kind of deferred it. They have Nurkic off the bench too.
Forgot about Big
Nurk.
Yeah,
they got a lot of guys. And then they have Taylor Hendricks out there too. So yeah,
they're a young team.
Battle.
We're the veteran team. I mean, it's gonna be a battle for sure. I mean, yeah, I think it's not gonna be easy. I think on the schedule it looks very easy, but man, they went out and beat the Clippers tonight, dude. They're gonna have a lot of momentum going into our game. And was it a home game for you?
It was a home game, yeah.
Okay, so they won at home. Let's just say our arena is louder than that. Vivint Smart Home Arena, that's for sure. Yeah,
that's a fact. That's a fact. So,
what is your biggest takeaway from tonight's game that you think is going to benefit us on Friday?
I think if we are aggressive on the boards, I think we have a good chance of winning, because the way you have to really be aggressive on the boards, obviously we got demolished on the boards, and we allowed too many second chance points. This is a team that is super lengthy and can basically almost crash the offense. I'm very curious about actually looking up the team stats too.
Let's compare.
I'm gonna look at the teams. So they had 13 offensive rebounds tonight. The Jazz did, but they out rebound.
The Clippers are huge too. I mean, they got Brook Lopez, they got Ivica Zubac, John Collins. So they got 13 offensive rebounds against them.
Yeah, but they had 38 assists tonight too. So because Keontae George, and Walter Clayton Jr., their guards know how to distribute the ball.
What did Keontae finish with assists?
He had, I think, 9 assists, I think. Oh, man. So, but yeah, that's just...
hey, do it with me. What's going on in Utah?
They got a young team that's going on. That's what's happening. They
got salt.
Why the Jazz do that? Why the Jazz have to have a young team? Why would they do that?
The reason why they got rid of Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell is because of right now. This is what they were building. Yeah, but man, Danny Ainge, dude, the stingiest man in the NBA, has got some young guys that are going to give the Kings havoc on Friday unless we replicate our first half into the second half. If we could do that, we're going to walk away with a win. I can guarantee it.
And we're going to see a beam.
Guarantee.
And we will see a beam too. So,
dude, RT, when was the last time we won a home opener?
2020.
Unbelievable.
2020.
We can't lose this game on Friday.
And then we lost in 2019 too.
No, don't even.
Yeah.
Don't just. Are you raining on the parade right now?
No, I'm just I'm just on to the next one.
I think we have to be. And I think obviously it's the first game, like we could overreact as much as we want, but honestly, I was just so happy to see how we were playing in that first half, where honestly that second half, yeah, you could say we said it tonight at the trivia night, in typical Kang's fashion, we played amazing in the first half and we just completely collapsed in the second half. But hey, there's so much good to take away from that first half, where I think we are going to look a lot different, hopefully, on Friday night. TZ, do you have anything you want to say about after this one game, like, does your 5-game prediction change at all, or
100% it does? 100% it does.
What were we saying? For 3 and 2?
Well, I said 4 and 1.
Oh,
and now nope, all gone out the window. Gone out the window.
But I will say this: I don't want to jump ahead like too far in the 5-game prediction, but I mean those Lakers. Hey, Archie, just tell the people what did you tell me about the Lakers after you seeing them lose to the Warriors?
You know what I'm going to say about the Lakers? I'm not afraid of the Lakers. I'm not afraid of them. Like DeAndre Ayton, I think people are going to. They already have turned on DeAndre Ayton on day one. Laker fans have turned on DeAndre Ayton so fast. I have never seen a fan base turn faster on them. Rui Hachimura does not look like he's involved at all whatsoever. It's literally Austin Reeves and Luka. That's
the battle we want. We want like a guard on guard battle. We don't want the bigs versus the bigs. When we're outsized, I mean, it's gonna be very difficult for us to win games. But if we have to battle against the guards, I like our chances. Because
I like it too.
Like Doug Christie said, like the Kings fan base knows, like we all know, we have no problem scoring the basket. In the first half we didn't, but in the second half. But anyways, like we're putting up 116 points when we miss 10 free throws. Like we're gonna score the ball just fine. It's just how are we going to guard without Keegan, Sabonis, and Isaac Jones? Hopefully Isaac Jones, his sickness goes away by Friday, because I think we were really missing some Isaac Jones tonight. I think if he plays on Friday, we're going to be in a lot better shape.
I think so too. I mean, that's pretty much all I've got.
We need Keon Ellis to get
20 plus minutes.
25.
20.
We need Keon Ellis to play.
Well, no, Krista, we just got to start. We got to start a little slow. We can't say 25 minutes right away.
I think Doug is going to get flamed.
We got to do 20 minutes. That is first step.
Doug is feeling the pressure right now. You know Doug is feeling the pressure.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be 20 minutes, and then the guys to go to 25. That is.
You know what
steps.
I'm really not hoping. So for those that stay till the end, this is where we get to the real. You know what I really am praying that this isn't what's not happening. If Vivek Ranadive is telling Doug Christie not to play Keon Ellis right now,
no,
because they don't want to get his stock up so that no teams offer him anything so we could lowball him. Oh my! I will be furious if that's going on behind the scenes, because that was the theory with Mike Brown. Why was Mike Brown not playing him? Now Keon is only getting 13 minutes. I mean, we'll find out on Friday. If that guy doesn't get more than 20 minutes on Friday, then dude, I think something fishy's going on upstairs.
Whoa.
I'll say it right now. Are we turning Episode 1, I'm going to say it, RT.
Are we turning into a conspiracy theory podcast for the Kings?
And at the ending, at the closing remarks, I got to say because why on earth would you not play him? When you know Booker's heating it up, freaking Dylan Brooks is heating up, Grayson Allen, for God's sake, is scoring 18 in the second half. Throw in someone that could defend him. And you know who could?
Mr. Keon Ellis.
Mr. Roseville Galleria. We need to play that man.
Give the man and pay that man his money.
Yeah, pay the man. Thank you for paying Keegan already, but pay Keon next. Give him what he's deserved. And what he deserves more than the money is minutes.
Give him minutes and then give him money.
What are the two things that Keon needs?
Minutes and money.
Come on.
Let's go.
So, I'm really excited for Friday.
I am too.
On to the next. That's the mentality. I know this podcast isn't as long. It was actually really hard to focus 1,000% on the game and run a trivia night and give away these incredible prizes and interact with everyone that came out to support us tonight and record a podcast at 11:30. But we do what we can. We do it for all of you.
And
we saw that on the Deuce and Mo podcast, they were having a lot of technical difficulties. I mean, at the start of the season, it might be a little rocky for the team, for the podcast people out there, but we are here to show up, and we're here to give you guys some fun reactions to the game, our analysis, what we see, what we like, what we don't like. And we just thank you again for joining this ride with us. And
thank you again for 1,000 subscribers. That is
Don't subscribe now, because we want to keep that number going up. So
yeah, keep it going up.
Here. Thank you guys so much for just being a part of this journey with us. We're very excited for Friday. I hope. Let us know in the comments if you've made it this far and if you are going to the home opener, because we want to see you guys.
Yes, we'll all be there.
It's going to be a party because we want to get a freaking beam on the home opener, because it will be the first time in 5 years.
That's
we
huge.
need it, and I think that just sets the tone. It sets the tone. We forget what happened with this Phoenix game. We take care of Utah. We say, what's going on in Utah? A loss. That's what's going on in Utah. That's what we want. TZ, closing remarks?
Subscribe.
Thank you.
And follow us on Instagram.
Yeah. Please do that. But guess what, RT?
What's up?
The headache is gone. The headache is gone. Look at my hair. This was me. This was me in the second half. This is me on Friday, baby. This
is going to be you on Friday, and we're going to light that up. Come on.
Hey, thank you so much for watching. We love you. Have a wonderful night. Actually, have a wonderful
rest
morning.
Of your day.
Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Whether you're watching, whether you're watching it in the morning, at night, whether you are in the world, thank you, and have a good rest of your day.
We love you.